This is the second half of the video showing how to move the Morris 1000 dip switch to the indicator stalk. If you haven't watched the first half, you might want to do that now. In the first half, we built a circuit board with an attached button and mounted it behind the dashboard. This gave us a headlight flasher when the headlights were turned off and a dip switch when they were turned on. In this video, we're going to replace that button with a momentary contact switch on the indicator stalk. For this, we need Lucas part number 35737. This was an indicator switch used on some of the early Austin 1800 land crabs and some other vehicles. It's very similar to the Morris 1000 indicator switch, but it has a headlamp flasher. We're going to use those flash contacts in place of our button. It's not the easiest part to find, but they do come up from time to time, both as new old stock and as used items on eBay. You might want to try your local land crab group, but don't tell them it's for a miner or you'll probably come to a sticky end.
It was him. Let's get him.
This one I found is new old stock and in perfect condition. Because it's from a land crab, it has plug connections. We'll cut those off and replace them with bullet connectors. This switch has two sets of indicator switch contacts. We only need one, so we remove the wires to the second one. These are green and blue, green and purple, and green and yellow. This is not just for tidiness, it's mainly to reduce the thickness of the cable bundle so that it can fit nicely in here. We'll rebind the cable with heat shrink tubing. The white and red wires that feed the light on the end of the indicator arm will foul the Morris 1000 indicator switch cover, so we need to reroute them. Very carefully unsolder them and ease them out of the indicator arm. Take them around the other side and secure them back into this clip. Resolder them carefully in place and check for free, unobstructed movement. Now we can remove the original indicator switch and fit our replacement. The wire color codes are exactly the same as the original and just plug back into exactly the same places. We should find that we have a couple of extra wires from our new switch. These are purple and blue and white. These are from the original headlamp flasher switch. We'll remove our temporary push button and replace it with a couple of wires, purple and blue and white. These need a spade connector on one end and a bullet on the other. Now we can connect these to the same colored wires from the indicator switch. Well, that completes the electrical wiring, and now we can tidy it all up with a few cable ties. We need to modify the indicator switch cover before we fit it, as our new switch is just a little bit bigger. We just file it down here until it fits and allows free, unrestricted movement. There may be some white nylon parts just visible through the slot in the indicator cover. These can easily be concealed using a black permanent marker. It may take a few coats. Don't try to paint it as it'll flake off. So we still have an original looking indicator stalk with a flashing green light, but now we have a headlight flasher when the headlights are off and a dip switch when they're on. Another improvement over the floor switch is that the flip-flop loses power when we turn the headlights off and reverts to original position. We should never dazzle anybody because when we turn the headlights on, they'll always start in the dip position. Thanks for watching and see you next time.